Hello, and welcome to my quick demonstration of text-to-speech and speech-to-text technology. My name is Sarah Swetberg, and I'm doing this for SPD 500 for Grand Canyon University College of Education. So there are a number of different ways that this works, and each um, technology has its own system. I had to use two different ones because I have an older version of Microsoft Word, which allowed me to do text to speech, but did not allow me to do speech to text. So I'm going to demonstrate text to speech in Microsoft Word, and then I'm going to switch over to Google Docs to show you briefly speech to text. And at the end, I'll do a brief demonstration where I show you how text to speech in Microsoft Word works. So the first thing you do would be to pull up the text. And I did this first with a paper that I'd written earlier for this class on IDEA compliance. So I pulled up the text and then I slid over to view on the top screen. And you can see I screenshotted that here. And so file, home, etc., over to view. And once you pull up view, you will see separate pages, you'll see reading view, and then you'll see immersive reader. And you're going to click on immersive reader. And then once that comes up, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you in a minute, you'll see at the very bottom of the page two tools. A play button, that green circle with the white arrow, and this, the microphone or megaphone with the little gear on it. Both of these are very useful tools. So the play button, the green button with a white arrow, that will start reading the text for you. And again, I'm going to demonstrate this in a minute. This other tool has speed of reading and whether you want a female or a male sounding voice. And I just kept it with the settings that were already in there. And I thought you might want to slow this down a little bit to help you better understand word for word the reading. And again, I did not have the little microphone function in Microsoft Word, so I switched over to Google Docs to do the other way around, speech to text. So I just opened an untitled document, didn't even bother to give it a name. And then here at the top, I slid over to where it says tools. And then I slid down to the microphone here where it says voice typing. And there's also a shortcut there, but it's easier for me just to slide over here and click voice typing. Now, once that is up, you'll get this little microphone here on the left, and it has a bunch of information. You can change the language. But once you hit the microphone, you can start recording a text. So I tried it out with a passage from James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. And it ended up looking like this. It's not perfect, but it is okay for holding a thought or holding a sentence in place so that you can use your brain to do other things. So I started by saying, Chapter 12. James decided that this was most certainly not a time to be disagreeable. So he crossed the room to where the centipede was sitting and knelt down beside him. Now you'll notice there's a number of different errors here. One is there's no space between 12 and James. And then, so he crossed the room. It didn't pick up that past ending. So it has CROSS instead of CROSSED, where they centipede instead of the centipede was sitting and knelt down beside him with no period at the end as well. Again, not perfect, but it's okay for our purposes. And our purpose, if you are a student, is to just hold some of this so that your brain doesn't have to do all the work of holding that. So you can work on spelling or you can work on understanding, but you can put some of this away so you can come back to it when you needed it. So I'm just going to stop the share for a moment and pull up another screen here. This is just going to take a minute, so please be patient with me. So now I'm going to share the screen, and I just typed this in, but if you had this, you could pull it up in Microsoft Word. This is just a few sentences from the book Stand Tall, Molly Lou Mellon, and I wanted to show you how the immersive reader worked. So here I am with a few sentences from a picture book, and I didn't include the pictures here. As I said before, I'm going to slide over to View. Click on View, and you'll see separate pages. You'll see Reading View, and I'm going to click on this one here, Immersive Reader, to see what happens. And now I'm going to go down here to play. If I wanted to slow it down, I could slow it down a little bit. Let me do that because I did find it a little bit fast. And I'm going to keep it as a female voice. And see, they have these helpful little symbols here. The tortoise is a little bit slower and the hare is a little bit faster. And here we go.
Molly Lou Mellon stood just taller than her dog and was the shortest girl in the first grade. She didn't mind. Her grandma had told her, "Walk as proudly as you can and the world will look up to you."
So that's pretty cool, right? It is pretty natural speech-wise. It sounds a little robotic, but not too much. And there's a little bit of lag time, probably because I have an old computer, but we have old computers in our classroom too, right? So you'll have to do some of the work yourself with your brain. If her grandma isn't showing up on the screen when you hear her grandma, you'll have to do the work of letting your brain catch up with what's going on the screen. But this is a really good tool to help us all both hear the words and read them on the screen. So I can't wait to explore this with you. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to sit down and work this through step by step with you. I'll see you later.